YouTube? It's your boy Jay Steph, man. We got a special documentary for y'all. We got the boy UK Drill Plug again. This is my first time reacting to this 9thStreet versus NW4. Now I heard of 9thStreet. I heard about I've seen one of the prominent gang members. I guess his name is YB. He's the dude with the light skinned dude with the puff balls and shit coming out of his hair and shit. That's the only person I really know. I'm about to really get into this beef and see, what's going on, see what Drill Plug is talking about. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tap that link down below. Yeah, without further ado, man, let's get it. The battle for Barnet. Let's get it.
The London borough of Barnet is located within the northwest of London. Barnet has actually been rated within the top 10 safest London boroughs.
That shit don't matter.
The crime rate within Barnet was 91 crimes per 1,000 people. Barnet's crime rate actually comes in 13% lower than London's as a whole. The London borough of Barnet is also home to around 395,000 residents. However, what a lot of people are unaware of is the ongoing gang war between two gangs within the London borough of Barnet. These two gangs being 9th Street and 3BP or 4B, which stands for 300 blocks plus. This beef doesn't really get attention, with the beef getting dangerous, resulting in people involved on both sides of the war falling victim to the streets. Now, 9th Street is a large street gang based around the Graham Park estate in Colindale, NW9. Local residents of the area often refer to the estate that the gang is based on as G Block and Brown Block. Whilst the main gang based around the Graham Park estate is 9th Street, there has historically been multiple different gangs on the estate around the 1990s. The most notable of these include TF or Thug Farm, 300 blocks plus or 3BP, and 9th Street, which has become a new set in recent years. Now, one of the main reasons that 9th Street would begin to beef surrounding gangs would be due to other gang members coming to the Graham Park estate in order to sell drugs in the 1990s. During this time, the most notable gang on the estate was TF, or Thug Farm, who would gain a very feared reputation after 3 members of TF would shoot dead a police officer in Bradford following an armed robbery by the gang.
What the
However,
fuck?
It would be around the mid-2000s that a new gang would be formed on the Graham Park estate. This gang would be referred to as 3BP, or 300 blocks plus.
They got a small
this
ass
gang would
area.
have a wide membership, with them recruiting young members from surrounding postcodes like NW4 and NW7. 3BP actually had a lot of affiliation throughout London, with them being affiliated with SUK and Stonebridge. It would be around the early 2010s that the 3BP gang would break down.
So these niggas over there with CGM, OJB, and all them niggas, Mozart and shit, HRB, they over there with them.
The gang serving long sentences and jumping off road. Internal disputes would also start to occur within the gang, with many members of the 3BP gang moving their territory to nearby Hendon, as they had started beefing with other 3BP members on the Graham Park estate. And it would be the members that remained in the Graham Park estate that would start to go by 9th Street, beefing their old friends. The 9th Street gang is affiliated with CGM and SSK. The gang has beef with 3BP, Church Road, and Wood Green. Prominent members of
Wood Green?
YB, BZ, and YS. However, we can't talk
about... How the fuck that work? I thought this was West London. Isn't, not OFB, but isn't Wood Green and, like, that's more, like, east? Am I tripping?
9th Street without talking about their opposition. Now, 3BP or 300 blocks plus are a small street gang mainly based around the Hendon area within the NW4 postcode. In recent years, the 3BP gang would also go by 4B or 4 Boys and 4 Block. However, for simplicity's sake, I'll refer to them as 4BP. Originally, the 3BP gang was based around the Graham Park estate, which has become 9th Street's main territory. In recent years, however, the 4BP gang has become most prominent around the Hendon area, NW4. The gang also often reps the color red, just like nearby rivals 9th Street do. 4BP's main rivals include Finchley and 9th Street, with these rivalries getting extremely dangerous, resulting in shootings, stabbings, kidnappings, and murders going on within the streets of Barnet. But you may be confused as to why these two street gangs have a deadly rivalry with each other. Now, originally both gangs...
Is that BG right up there? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh no, that's DBG. I was about to say.
And would share the same beefs and alliances, with both of these gangs originally being referred to as 4BP. However, this would all change around the early 2010s, when members of the 4BP gang would begin to beef each other, this causing a massive in-house divide within the gang. This in-house beef was due to certain members in the gang snitching on other members, resulting in most of the older generation of 4BP locked up serving long prison sentences. Due to this beef, a group of members within the 4BP gang would actually move their territory territory towards nearby Hendon within the NW4 postcode, with them continuing to use the 4BP name. However, they also started to go by 3BP or 4B. The members that remained in the Graham Park estate would drop the original 3BP gang and would start to go by a new name, this being 9th Street. It would be following the formation of the 9th Street gang that the two sides 3BP and 9th Street would begin to have a deadly rivalry, which is crazy as these guys actually used to be friends. The beef would actually get extreme in 2016, with a deadly stabbing and a double murder taking place all within a few months. It would be around the beginning of 2016 that members of 4BP would ride out onto 9th Street.
Dunkin' $6
Uh-oh.
Get a medium coffee.
Niggas riding.
Cheese and 6 delicious hash
Hold on,
browns.
bro. Hold
Only
on.
at
Just
Dunkin'.
go ahead, skip, bro. I'm gonna
Roku
meet y'all.
Ads Manager puts Roku's
I'm the one I gotta
reach
sit
within
through it.
your
Y'all
reach.
don't. So it's all
Sign up
good.
at ads.roku.com.
Hurry up, bruh.
Territory. The members would spot a 9th Street or GP member known as Presha Dan. An altercation would take place and would result in the 3BP members stabbing Presha Dan around 25 times all over his body.
Oh!
Stabbing, with witnesses even stating that Presha Dan's body was lifeless. With
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. God, me. What is wrong with y'all niggas? Stabbing niggas 27 times. Why do I need to stab a nigga 27 times? He's already, bro. What the fuck? What is wrong with y'all niggas, man? Damn.
Presha Dan was dead. However, when paramedics would arrive on the scene, they would rush Presha Dan to hospital, where he would luckily survive the attack,
What?
having a recovery, and leaving the hospital weeks later.
Boy, I'm telling y'all boy, y'all gotta start believing in God, boy. God, boy. That's the only reason that he alive right now. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, you mean to tell me I'm getting chained 27 times and I survived? Boy, that is God heaven above, boy.
Release from the hospital, Presha Dan would actually be arrested and charged for drug offenses. He would be sentenced for the drug charge.
That
and
would've
would be
threw me
released
off.
from prison months later. It would be following his release from prison that Presha Dan would begin to track down his alleged attacker, being a member of 4BP known as Minnie. Presha Dan would actually get the drop on Minnie's home address. Presha Dan would travel to Minnie's home address within the Mill Hill area. He would then shoot into the house multiple times. However, no one would be hit. And following this attack, Minnie and his family would actually move to Finchley, which now meant Minnie was living on one of his op.
Oh, they got the Them niggas got the fuck as soon as that shit happened, boy. I feel it, boy. I'm getting the fuck too.
Revenge and would get the drop on Minnie's family home once again. And it would be on the 15th of September 2016.
Wait.
Minnie was living on one of his op blocks. Despite this move, Presha Dan would still seek revenge and would get the drop on Minnie's family home once again. And it would be on the 15th of September 2016 that Presha Dan would travel to the house with a gun. He would even climb through an open window. Once he managed to get into the home, he would walk to a room in which Minnie's nephew, Burville Ekofo, was sleeping. Presha Dan would then aim his handgun toward the back of his head, shooting him once in the head whilst he was sleeping. Presha Dan wouldn't stop.
Hold on, they not
Up
done
there
yet.
and would walk down the stairs, where he would encounter Minnie's mum, who had awoken after hearing the gunshot. Presha Dan would then shoot her multiple times. Sadly, both Minnie's mum and cousin would be pronounced dead on the scene, with a murder.
This nigga's a psychopath. This nigga is a psychopath. You mean to tell me this nigga got get back on one of his ops family members because he got chinged by him 27 times. This nigga found their first crib, shot it up, no one was there. These niggas moved. This nigga found their crib again. Found it, went to the crib, hopped in the window, blicked at his cousin, went downstairs, and then blicked the mother down. Do you hear what this man is telling you right now, boy? Man, boy, this shit wicked, bruh.
murder investigation being launched following this. Pressure Dan's DNA would be found within the car he used to flee the murders. As well as that, gun residue would also be found within the car. It would be following this that Pressure Dan would be arrested and charged for the double murder. The jury couldn't come to a guilty decision in 2018 and 19, so a fourth trial would take place, and Pressure Dan would be found guilty with him being sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 40 years. This just
shit! God damn! I take that back. Remember the other video I reacted to when them niggas got 173 years combined? I told y'all, not even a gang members get no 40 plus years. I stand corrected. What's the Shannon Sharp meme? What the 40 years right there, boy. Jesus, man.
Not involved in the riot, fall victim to the streets. Rest in peace, Burville Akofo
RP to both of them, man. Real shit.
Following the double murder of Minnie's mum and cousin, it was even alleged that Minnie would get back and kill a 9th Street member's mum. However, this isn't confirmed. The war between the gangs would heaten up again, with a Rayners Lane member known as Sparks even being killed by 9th Street members in 2017.
Rayners Lane? That's 156 in them. Hold on. What is going on? Who is they real beef and who is they ops? What is happening?
Then, both 9th Street members and Rayners Lane members would bless the beef and would become somewhat affiliated.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Sparks.
So they let it go.
Around 2017 and 2018, that members of 9th Street would actually begin to release music on channels like Press Play Media and Mixtape Madness. These songs would begin to gain loads of attention, with a member of 9th Street known as YB, who would drop a song titled Don't Make Sense. This song would blow up and currently sits on around 6 million views. YB would then drop another song
that's what I was talking about.
Ride on Me, which would also do numbers, currently sitting on around 2.8 million views. This just showing the amount of potential that YB had from young. However, even though he was getting millions of views, he would still be active in the streets, often catching his rival members from 4B, with a video from this time even emerging showing YB chasing an op from 4B known as Ash, with YB even stealing his beanie and recording with it after.
I come in the shop.
He found that nigga at the shop, boy. Oh shit. Hold on. It's getting cracking.
Come and get your hat, rude boy. Fucking pussy. Come and get your hat. Bitch niggas.
He stole his fucking hat.
YB would find himself caught up in a case, with him dodging a 30-year sentence. On the 7th of November 2018, YB and a friend would attempt to rob a group of alleged trappers. YB would demand one of the members hand his drug line phone to him. However, when this man would refuse, YB would retrieve a flick knife and would stab the man multiple times. Following this attack, YB and his co-defendant would flee. They would be seen on CCTV running. However, only hours later, both members would be arrested. Originally, YB would be told that the man he stabbed had actually died. However, the man would actually be alive and would recover after the stabbing. YB would be charged with GBH, or grievous bodily harm. And in April 2019, YB would be handed a 7-year sentence for the stabbing. Since then, YB has actually been released from prison and has started releasing music.
Oh shit, this him. So this is updated. Okay, so he out. All right.
The stabbing debunking popular misconceptions.
Big up.
Following this attack, the war between 9th Street and 4BP would continue, with multiple stabbings and shootings occurring. However, a lot of these incidents are actually unknown, with the news not really reporting on them, but instead they are spoken about within songs released by both sides. It would be around 2020 that the beef would heat up once again, with 2 people falling victim to the rivalry between both sides, and the news starting to report on the beef. This then resulting in key members of both gangs being locked up serving serious time. It would be around 2019 and 2020 that a member of 9th Street would begin to gain attention within the streets. This member being known as YS. YS would drop a song titled Hold It Down in November 2019. This song would gain a lot of attention within the underground UK drill scene, sitting on around 900,000 views. And later in May 2020, YS would feature on a Lightwork freestyle with T Blacks, with this song currently sitting on around 378,000 views. If anything, it was clear that YS had potential. However, it would be on the 29th of February 2020 that YS would find himself facing life in prison. And
this is the other nigga I saw.
To an ongoing war that he had no involvement with. On the night of the 29th of February 2020, a rail worker known as Asante Campbell would leave his home for a night shift. Before this, he would kiss his fiancée and his child goodnight before he would go to work. Before Asante Campbell would go to work, he would travel to an estate within the Hendon area in order to meet up with a colleague before work. Asante would arrive on the estate and would be waiting in his Volkswagen Polo. It would be a few minutes later that a member of 9th Street known as YS and his twin brother would approach Asante. YS would seemingly act confidential confrontational and would mistake Asante as a rival from the 4BP gang. YS and his twin brother would approach the car window. YS would then retrieve a knife he had on him the time and would stab Asante through the car window, with his twin brother cheering him on in the process. The knife actually went through Asante's chest. However, despite this injury, Asante would make an attempt to flee with him driving away, crashing into another car before losing consciousness. The attackers would flee following the stabbing, with police and paramedics arriving moments later. However, despite the attempts...
Like, bro, it's like... What happened to... Who's that? Who you rep? What happened to that? What happened to the confirmation? What happened to the... So stuff like this doesn't happen, bro. Like, for real, honestly. Like, come on, bro. It's a civilian, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Paramedics made to save Asante
They got a
Campbell.
wife and
He
kid,
would sadly
man.
be
That...
pronounced dead only moments later, with a murder investigation being
him,
launched
bro.
shortly after. This investigation would see the arrests of YS and his twin brother, Kofi Abusa.
They're not
During the
even
trial,
twins.
YS would actually deflect the blame onto his twin brother, with YS blaming his twin brother for the murder. However, it would be in the end that both YS and his twin brother would be found guilty of the
he's
murder.
wild as shit, bro. And then you gonna try to snitch on your brother?
YS would
crazy.
be found guilty of the murder and would be sentenced to a minimum of 19 years, with his twin brother also being given 19 years for the murder of
19
Asante Campbell.
too?
One of the saddest things about this case is the fact that Asante Campbell was not involved in any of the beef.
Not involved
and was
at all,
a civilian
bro.
that had built himself a family, having a fiance and baby daughter. This
Baby
just
daughter,
being
man.
another instance
Yeah.
of pointless knife violence within the streets.
no
Rest in
reason,
peace,
bro.
Asante Campbell. It would be following the death of Asante Campbell that police would begin to monitor both gangs, this then resulting in prominent members being arrested, with the younger members of each gang still continuing the war within the streets. And it would be in the same year that Asante Campbell was killed that 4BP members would kill a 9th Street affiliate, with this instance also being a case of mistaken identity, this murder taking place on the 5th of September 2020. On the 5th of September 2020, a local to the Graham Park estate known as Lizzie locally would be walking home from work in the evening. However, what Lizzie wasn't aware of was that 4BP members would be on the lurk, looking to kill. There would be 8 members of the 4BP gang in 2 taxis. These members would spot Lizzie and would drive up to him. The members would start to confront Lizzie, and when Lizzie would turn around and attempt to run, the members would stab him multiple times all over the body, with him sustaining around 10 stab wounds. The attackers would all flee in taxis, with police and emergency services arriving on the scene moments later. However, despite the attempts of paramedics, Lizzie would sadly be pronounced dead a few hours later, with yet another murder investigation being launched. This investigation would see the arrests of 3 4BP members, with all of these members being sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 22 years, 17 years, and 18 years. During the trial, the court actually heard that Lizzie wasn't involved in the beef, with it being thought he actually had friends involved in the rivalry, with 9th Street members often honoring him.
I'ma be honored. I'ma be honest, bro. They don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, they don't. If they know that you is they mans, they are willing to hurt you no matter what. Cause if they can't get you, they're gonna get your friends, bro. Telling y'all this all the time. I get it. Nigga is not involved at all. But my nigga, that is your mans. You chill with him. You've kicked it with him. You be on the block with them. You don't necessarily gotta be a part of them. But if you just in the neighborhood smoking with them and they get ran up on, you are most likely going to get shot too, my nigga. That's just what it is. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
Within their music. Rest in peace, Lizzie. It would be following the death of Lizzie that 9th Street members would actually begin to gain attention within the UK drill scene. In 2021, a member of 9th Street known as Beezy would begin to drop songs consistently, dropping a song titled African Boy in May 2021, with this song gaining a good amount of attention, currently sitting on around 415,000 views. Following this, other members would also get very popular, with members like GU, YB, and Beezy dropping UK drill bangers around 2021 and 2022. It would also be around 2022 that YB would be fresh home following his stabbing case in 2018, with him dropping a song titled Snapback following his release. Now, the beef has continued in the streets since 2021, with stabbings and shootings still occurring. However, most of the members within these gangs have either jumped off road or gone to jail, this leading to the beef quietening down in recent years. Whilst the beef between 9th Street and 4BP became very deadly, the only people that became victim to the gangs were civilians who had nothing to do with the rivalry. If you have learned anything from this video, make sure to stay away from the—
This shit crazy, boy. Y'all niggas is crazy. I'ma keep saying it. Europe, Sweden, UK, shit, Toronto we reacted to. Australia. All that shit, man. Y'all niggas is crazy, boy. I ain't lying. Be sure to tap that link down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, bro. We here, bro. Until next time, deuces.